Before we begin, let me explain who I am. Not only am I an insurance nerd, I'm also a licensed property and casualty adjuster with over 8 years of experience working for one of the nation's top insurance carriers. I've helped countless families through wildfire claims, and today I'm here to give you the tools you need to protect yourself before, during, and after a wildfire. Let's start with the foundation, your insurance policy. Most homeowners insurance cover fire damage, but don't assume you're fully protected. Wildfires, especially in California, have pushed some insurance companies to limit coverage, increase premiums, or even cancel policies altogether. First, check your dwelling coverage. This is the part of your policy that pays to rebuild your home. Make sure you're insured for the replacement cost value, not the depreciated value. Building costs have skyrocketed, and you don't want to find out mid-claim that you're underinsured. Then there's personal property coverage. This is what protects your belongings. Think furniture, electronics, and clothing. Finally, don't overlook loss of use coverage. If your home is uninhabitable, this pays for temporary housing, meals, and other living expenses while you're displaced. Now that you know the basics, let's talk preparation. When a wildfire is on the horizon, there's no time to scramble. Here's what you should do today to get ready. First, document everything. Take photos and videos of each room in your house, making sure to capture valuable items like jewelry, electronics, and appliances. Open drawers, closets, and storage areas. You don't want to rely on memory to recall everything you own if disaster strikes. Next, pack an emergency kit. Include important documents like birth certificates, insurance policies, and passports. Don't forget medications, clothing, and essentials like food and water. Have a family evacuation plan. Decide on meeting points and designate a family member to handle communication. Make sure you also stay informed. Sign up for local emergency alerts. In the last round of fires, over 130,000 people had to evacuate with little notice. Being ready could save you precious time. When a wildfire threatens your area, safety comes first. Evacuation orders aren't suggestions, they're life-saving directives. Fires spread quickly, and waiting too long can put you and your family in serious danger. If you're told to evacuate, leave immediately. Don't wait to see if it gets worse. A good rule of thumb is to evacuate at least 2 miles beyond the fire's projected path, though this may vary depending on terrain and wind conditions. For larger fires, aim for a distance of 5 to 10 miles if possible. You can check local emergency alerts or the CAL FIRE website for updates on fire progression and evacuation zones. Make sure you have your emergency kit ready. Don't forget those essentials like medications, chargers, and pet supplies. Make sure you also have a full tank of gas. Gas stations may close if the area loses power. Here are a few additional tips for evacuating safely. First, wear protective clothing, long sleeves, pants, and sturdy shoes to protect against heat and embers. Use clear routes, official evacuation routes. Avoid shortcuts because they may be blocked or unsafe. Make sure you stay connected. Cell networks get overloaded, so try text if your calls don't go through. Make sure you know where to go. Head to designated evacuation centers, which may be listed on local government or that CAL FIRE website. Once you're safe, it's time to start thinking about your financial recovery. The claims process can be overwhelming, especially during widespread disasters when insurers are flooded with requests. Here's how to navigate it effectively. As soon as you're able, notify your insurance carrier. Most companies have 24/7 hotlines for emergencies. Provide them with basic details about the damage and confirm your coverages. Some companies may set up mobile claim units in disaster areas to assist policyholders. This is where your preparation pays off. Share the photos, videos, and that inventory list you created before the disaster. If you didn't have time to document, take photos of the damage once it's safe to return. Focus on high-value items and structural damage. Loss of use coverage is a lifesaver during this time. This part of your policy reimburses you for hotel stays, meals, and other living expenses while your home is uninhabitable. Keep all receipts and submit them to your insurance carrier. Here's the reality. After most disasters, claims can take longer to process because insurers are overwhelmed. Be patient but persistent. Insurers often triage claims, prioritizing total losses over minor damage. Ask for a timeline and don't hesitate to follow up if you feel like things are moving too slowly. If your coverage doesn't fully cover your losses, discuss discuss options with your adjuster. They may recommend additional resources like FEMA. If you disagree with your insurer's assessment, you can hire a public adjuster or file a complaint with your state's Department of Insurance. If your insurance doesn't cover everything, or if you're uninsured, you can apply for assistance through FEMA. Here's what you need to know. Visit disasterassistance.gov or call FEMA's hotline to start your application. You'll need details like your social security number, address, and a description of the damage. FEMA provides grants for temporary housing, essential repairs, and other needs like medical and transportation expenses. Keep in mind, FEMA assistance is not a replacement for insurance. It's meant to cover basic, immediate needs. FEMA may require an inspection of your property. Be prepared to provide photos, receipts, and any documentation from your insurance claim. If you're staying in a hotel, save those receipts too. They may be reimbursable. In times of disaster, community support can make all the difference. The American Red Cross is one of the first organizations to step in. The Red Cross offers shelters, meals, and basic supplies for evacuees. They also provide emotional support through counselors trained in disaster recovery. To find a shelter, visit redcross.org or download their emergency app for real-time updates. Local organizations often step up too. Check community centers and faith-based groups for additional assistance. Many areas also set up GoFundMe campaigns or donation drives to help affected families rebuild. Let's talk about something that's becoming all too common in wildfire-prone areas: policy cancellations. California has always faced wildfires, but the rising global temperatures have made them more frequent and severe. The result? Insurers are pulling out of the Golden State to avoid paying massive claims. This trend has left thousands scrambling for coverage, and the stakes are higher than ever. Recent wildfires could become the costliest in U.S. history, with insured losses estimated over $20 billion, nearly double the cost of the last major blaze. Zip codes like 90272 in the Palisades have been hit hard, with 28 out of every 100 policies denied renewal between 2019 and 2024. And it's not just State Farm or Nationwide. Many major insurers are leaving high-risk areas altogether. If your policy is canceled, don't panic. California's FAIR Plan offers a safety net for high-risk homeowners. It's designed to provide basic fire insurance when no other options are available. The FAIR Plan covers fire damage, but it's limited. It doesn't include coverages for liability, theft, and other perils, so you'll need a separate difference in conditions policy to fill the gaps. And while FAIR has become a lifeline for nearly 500,000 Californians, the system is under strain. Last year, FAIR's cash reserves were around $700 million, while potential claims in areas like the Palisades could reach nearly $6 billion. The challenges we're facing in California are part of a larger issue. Across the U.S., home insurance is struggling to keep up with extreme weather events: fires, floods, hurricanes, you name it. Experts estimate that there could be a $1 trillion gap in coverage for fire and flood losses. Just last year, Hurricane Milton and Helen caused $300 billion in damages in Florida. Over the past decade, extreme weather has cost the economy more than $2 trillion, and it's only getting worse. If you've lost coverage, here are some steps you can take. First, shop around. Smaller or regional insurance companies may still offer coverage in your area. Use an independent agent to explore your options. File for the FAIR Plan. If no private insurer will cover you, apply through California's FAIR Plan to secure basic fire insurance. Supplement your coverage. Consider a difference in conditions policy to fill the gaps left by FAIR. Advocate for change. This one's huge. Join local efforts to push for stronger wildfire prevention and insurance reform in high-risk areas. The reality is that wildfires and other climate disasters are reshaping the insurance landscape. Being proactive and informed can make all the difference in protecting your home and future. Whether it's finding new coverage, navigating the FAIR Plan, or working to reduce fire risk in your community, there's always a way forward. I know it's overwhelming, but you don't have to go through this alone. Whether it's preparing your policy, navigating a claim, or finding new coverage, there are resources to help you rebuild. We've seen communities come back stronger after wildfires. With the right steps, you can too. If you have a story or you want to add to the advice, make sure you leave that in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and if you found this helpful, hit the like button and share this video with someone who might need it. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips to protect yourself from life's unexpected events. As always, be safe, stay covered, and we'll see you in the next one.